Judge, today's case is King of Kings.
He has his rights, he has his rules, he has his regulations. The only question that remains is, when this is over, will he still have his woman?
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Joel Plummer and Jerrica Mims. The two of you have been together for 5 years. You're 41, you're 25, you have no children together. You do not want to be together anymore. And Mr. Plummer, you're seeking $500 from Ms. Mims, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Mr. Plummer, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why we're here today?
Judge, the reason why we're here today is because I'm a king, number one, and I live like a lion, number two.
So you're the Lion King.
I'm more... Actually, I'm more than the Lion King. I'm higher and better than the Lion King. The Lion King is a puppy to me. Number two, we live in a real life, and we living in a real world with real situations. And in my world that I live in, it gotta be a certain way. Anybody that live with me, anybody to come into my life with me, gotta live a certain way with me.
Detail that for me.
Well, I mean, I have a list.
You have something for me?
I have a list if they could pull it up, and we could go through the list.
Okay, well, let's go through the list. Let's get them pulled up, and we'll go through the list.
Like, for instance, in my household, we don't wear no weave. We don't wear extensions in my household. Reason being is because we run a business, and we have to represent ourselves in front of high-end clientele. So if my girl is going to a job with a wig on and you see the lace in her hair in front of a client with a $30,000 contract, there's a chance that they'll look at us different. Or there's a chance that they'll look at us and say, maybe they're a little bit lazy because she should have came here with her hair done. You follow what I'm saying? No friends. We run a business. We run a business. You understand? And the only friends allowed in our business is us. If we bring outsiders into our household, into our lives, we're bringing their problems. We're bringing their situations in. No, we don't eat chicken legs. Real food, not chicken legs, not eggs, not cheese, not cereal, not fast food. Fast food has...
Why are eggs not real food?
Eggs
Please
are...
tell us.
Listen, eggs, when you digest an egg, number one, it's an embryo. It's a baby egg, number one, and it's raw. Number two, if you digest a raw egg, they so-called...
Yeah, but you can cook them.
You can cook them, but it's not... Okay, eat an egg and just the egg and watch your digestive system give you gas for hours. If you're in a meeting and you just ate egg...
That might just be your system. It's not everybody's.
No.
Go ahead.
That's fine. That's fine, but it goes along with fast food and other things as well. We're not gonna go get a check. We just finished a job, $10,000 balance. We're gonna go to McDonald's. We're gonna go to some cheap restaurant. We're gonna go to some cheap place. No, we're going to live like king and queen. That's how it is in my household. King, queen, high end, not low end. No food with preservatives. Preservatives in food. We don't save our food. We're lions. I'm the Lion King and she the Lion Queen. Lions in the desert do not kill their food, dig a hole, and then go and eat it tomorrow. We eat fresh food, made fresh, and then when it's time to eat again, we make food fresh again. We don't take our food, put it in the refrigerator, save it for the next day. She's a queen. I keep trying to tell her, you're a queen, Queen. We live on higher levels. So I went and bought her crystals for the house, all type of, like, exotic stuff for the house. And we got into an argument, and I broke it.
Judge, would you like to know what the argument was about?
What was it about?
I was at work. I went on a 30-minute lunch with a Spanish friend of mine. He was going to, we work on the same
You don't do that.
He was going to the same restaurant that I was going to. Hey, let's go together. He calls me FaceTime, and he sees that I'm at the restaurant with the dude, and instead of him trying to figure out what's going on, he automatically on the phone calling me out names, belittling me, thrashing the crystals and everything in the house.
When you got somebody that has your whole life solved at a young age, you don't even work, you don't even have to go outside. and do anything. You know what I'm saying? You don't do stuff like that.
I got it. Ms. Mims, were you aware that all of those rules existed when you first got with it?
I was only aware of 2 of the rules.
What were the 2 rules?
The 2 of the rules was with weave and nails. I'm already pretty much natural, so that wasn't a big issue for me. But later on down the line, now we have all these other rules. No friends, we can't hang out, we can't eat certain type of foods. Like, I'm a grown woman. I don't need you telling me what I can't do.
It's not about being a grown woman. It's not about being a grown woman.
What's it about?
It's about becoming someone. And in order to become someone productive and prominent, you have to live a certain way. You can't be... some people may say, oh, I was homeless and now this. Or some people can say, I was this and I was that. But that's you. This is me.
But that's your preference.
In order for you to be productive, you need these things.
In order for me to be prominent, in order for me to feel like that I'm escalating to another level, I have to be this way. And guess what? It's working. It's working. And if it wasn't working, she wouldn't be here today. She would have been gone. But she sees the...
sees the vision coming to fruition.
She sees it. She sees the vision, but then she punches at it. Like, why are you doing that?
Well, how does she do that? What does she buck you on?
Like, one time, I physically caught her cheating. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a big one. No, what he said isn't a lie. What he said is true. And let me tell you why it's true. It's true because he says, this is my perception. I am unable to grasp security again because you do something and I see it as a cheat. You know what I mean? He's speaking on the own wobbly mechanism in his head.
The same moment that I caught her cheating, I told her that I cheated on her. So I swept all of that under the rug instantly.
And you let it go.
And let it go. But it was the after effects, the things I could never grasp the trust again.
Right.
I couldn't grasp it back. So I always was seeing things or going through something like she's leaving at a certain time, you're leaving an hour early.
That's a lie.
You know, what is going on with you?
No, what he said isn't a lie. What he said is true. And let me tell you why it's true. It's true because he says, this is my perception. I am unable to grasp security again because you do something and I see it as a cheat. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's speaking on the own wobbly mechanism in his head.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. I have to be level. I have to be level in my head.
Yeah. What do you think would allow you to become level?
The things that I ask, which is common. If your battery's at 1% and you're not around me, call me and let me know that. If I'm FaceTiming you, don't give me no issues about FaceTime. If you having any problems with getting in contact with me, make sure you get in contact with me, because it's gonna be a problem if you don't. I don't trust you, and I'm telling you that to your face. And if you wanna be with me, make me trust you like how I make you trust you. Vice versa, basically. She makes me
Do you
trust
do
her.
all that? You saying you do all that for her?
Listen, the other day,
Not at all.
a female called my phone.
A
A female called my phone the other day, and I purposely put her on speakerphone, and I purposely dealt with the girl's situation in front of her.
So she wouldn't have to be afraid.
Exactly. And then when I hung up with her, she still was not feeling comfortable about the situation, so she made me pick the phone up and call her back and say more things to her to make her feel comfortable. And I did it with no problem.
No problem.
Calm, cool, collected, went about her day.
Okay.
Come time for me. Oh, if you don't like it, then I don't care.
Got the gestures and all.
I don't care.
Mr. Plummer, is that true? He goes out of his way to make you feel secure by letting you know exactly who he's talking to, what they're saying?
Now.
It's not true?
No, that's not true. It's only now that he's doing that so that he can have something to say, to fall back on, like, I did that. You understand what I'm saying? It's not true what he's doing. I'm fed up. I'm tired. I'm a grown woman, and I feel like I don't need anyone to tell me what to do with my own life. If I want to do something, it's my own choice. It's my preference. If I see something that I don't like, it's not for me to tell you, oh, you're not going to do that, you're not going to do this, this, and the third. No, it's for me to communicate with you to see if we could work on it, you understand, or work around it, or what can we do differently.
We don't do that. There ain't no working around nothing.
No.
It's my way or the highway.
Okay, Mr. Plummer.
My definition of happiness is the bills paid. That's my definition of happiness. All that lovey-dovey, nah, we don't do that. We get the money. You need it, here you go. If you want anything more than that from me, you're not gonna get it.
If you would like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. What she's trying to say is this. Not that your plan isn't working, but it's not working for her in a personal sense.
And that's not my problem. That's
her problem.
No, it's not.
It is her problem.
No, that's her
said
problem.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said it was my problem.
No, I said her.
Oh, I apologize.
H-E-R. You know what, Mr. Plummer? The smartest people I know, and I know a lot of smart ones, listen more than they talk because they learn a lot. How you gather information, how much you read, how much you acquire, how much you speak to people, that allows you to increase your knowledge. And no matter how well you're doing, you can do even better because you know more. All I'm asking you is to allow others to speak long enough so you can understand what they're saying without interrupting. One, it's rude. And two, it really does help you. It really does help you to know more things. That's all I'm trying to say to you. Now, she's unhappy. You're in divorce court. Do you understand why she's unhappy? And do you love her enough to address any of it?
I mean, my definition of happiness is the bills paid. If all her bills is paid until next year, you ain't happy? All your car note is paid till next year. You ain't happy? That's my definition of happiness. All that lovey-dovey, nah, we don't do that. We get the money. You need it, here you go. If you want anything more than that from me, you're not gonna get it.
So if I go home, I paid the bills, like I paid off that house, and then I paid off the other house, then I paid off that car, and that car, done all that. So I can tell him he can expect no more from me.
Yes.
Whoa!
Yes.
And it's worth it.
Are you listening?
Yes.
Are you paying attention?
If I want to give you myself sexually, that's a gift. If I want to give you myself, in any other form versus financially, that's a gift.
Ms. Mims, are you financially dependent upon him?
I was. I recently started working, but I was. And that's what I wanted to get into because he feels because he's older than I and he's the go-getter that he's able to treat me or do anything to me. And that's not right. He knows it's not right.
No, I'm not at home. I'm not at home paying the bills.
Hang on, she's not finished. She's not finished.
For example, when my previous job that I was working, I was the one that he has his own business. He was not getting any work in. You know, you starting it up, whatever, you're doing your thing. He didn't have any work. I took my own check and I gave him the money so that he could at least start working on his website. You're home, at least do something. You know, he did
positive
that.
And yeah.
But now the tables are turned. I'm getting talked about. I'm getting belittled, or I'm not worth anything. When I make $1,000, then I could start communicating with him. Who are you to tell me that?
Did you say that?
In so many words.
Why do you want $500 for the value of a laptop from Ms. Mims?
Because she came into the house and broke my computer. My computer is my business computer.
And he's not telling
my
the full
website on it.
story.
I'm gonna look it to you.
And it's valuable to me. You know what I'm saying? I want my money back for my computer. You broke it, man up to it, pay it back.
Ms. Mims?
So this time, the time that he's referring to is when it was around Christmas time. I invited him to come to my job's Christmas party with me. He knew of the date, the time. He borrowed my car to go and do a job. He knew everything. We stayed in communication. He came into the house around 8:20. Even before the 8 o'clock hit, I'm calling him. He's arguing with me. Stop calling my phone. I'll get there when I get there. He comes in at 8:20, making the argument worse than what it was over the phone, trying to prevent me from going. So that's why I took the knife and I put it through the computer, because I was so upset. And
when did this happen?
This happened about 2018, December 2018. Or no, December 2017, excuse me.
2017. Mr. Plummer, I'm gonna say this to you. You have the right to live your life any way you want to. You have the right to decide who you're gonna talk to, who you're gonna deal with, how you're gonna deal with, what you're gonna eat, what you're gonna wear, what you're gonna do. You have the right to decide what kind of woman you wanna be with, and what that woman does. The kind of woman you wanna be with. You have the right to do all of that. And I wish you the best in the pursuit of that. I really do. 1, 2, I've never understood this king and queen crap. Because kings and queens are generally descendants of those who have stolen most effectively from others. The Queen of England did not create anything. Her people went all over the world, took other people's stuff. And she's living off of the proceeds of the stuff her people took. She's no better than me. She's no smarter than me. If I was the Queen of England, I'd have fun. I'd love to be a queen and live off the proceeds of other people's stuff, but I don't. I made my own life. And I'm not just saying the Queen of England, the king and queens of everything, Africa, all over everything, are just typically the descendants of those who stole most effectively. And that's why I don't understand why everybody wants to claim kingship and queenship. I don't understand. I just say, Judge, call it a day. I worked for that.
I had the...
And I allowed you to speak. Now I'm speaking. That's all I have to say to that. And I wish you the best. Ms. Mims, everything else I'm going to say here is to you. Run, sweetie, run. It doesn't get any better. He's who he is. He's told you who he is. A lot of men don't do that, but he did. He told you who he is. You are young, you are beautiful, you can make your own money, you can make your own decisions, you can make your own spirit, you can make your own meals, and you can do whatever you want to. Typically situations and when people are this rigid and this frightened and over control is a function of fear, because you have to manage everything in your airspace in order to feel comfortable. That's because you are afraid. Fearfulness does not go away. So what you need to do is step on and step forward. And I mean today, baby. Yes. Today. You're not a bad guy, but you're just a rough guy to be with, and I think you deserve better. This thing happened in 2017. It's 2019. There's a doctrine of latches. You want to look it up? Go ahead. You cannot ask for it now. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
So you came in here today saying that you were open to changing, all right? After Judge Lynn, heard what you had to say, and she obviously, dug into you a little bit. Will you change moving forward, or is this just you?
No, I'm not changing. I'm good.
Why'd you stick around so long?
Young and dumb. Being young and dumb. But today, Judge Lynn told me what she had to speak, and I'm running as far as I can.
Okay. Yes, well, we're happy to hear that.